I'm Nolan Siegel, and you're watching SAFEisFAST. Track evolution is when the cars lay rubber down on the surface and raise the grip level from what it was when it started, when there was no rubber down. So it changes the balance of the car a lot, changes the overall grip level, and is very important to kind of understand how the weekend's going to progress.
Rubbering is purely just when cars run, the rubber from the tires get put on the track and it gets faster. So the more rubber on the circuit, the faster it's going to be. If you're at a track that gets raced on all the time, like main circuits like Road America or Mid-Ohio, not so much. When you're here at street circuits where it's streets for most of the year and no one's racing on them, a lot. So it very much depends on how much the track is used.
The circuit, for the most part, at most tracks gets quicker and quicker. You start off on the Friday and there's not much rubber down on the track. Your car might be a bit loose to begin with, and typically as more cars go down, the IndyCar rubber goes down, the track grips up, and that sort of goes more to a understeery car.
So your minimum speeds will get faster, you'll be able to brake later generally, and you'll have to make a few setup changes in the car because the balance will also change along with that as the grip goes up.
But normally with a lower ambient temperature, you gain more power down the straights because the air is denser, but you also gain more downforce / more drag. So overall, it's normally a little bit faster, but at the same time, with a higher track temp to a certain degree, it's better for the working range of the tires.
There's a kind of a window where it's good for the car and good for the driver and good for the tires and everything. If it gets too hot, you tend to lose grip, tend to lose more rear grip as well, so it tends to become a bit more oversteery.
Usually when it gets hotter, it can get very greasy and kind of messy to drive around. Usually we like the cooler temperatures.
The ambient temperature makes a big difference as well, which is something that's much more important in IndyCar than it is in other series with how much downforce we have. But it changes the downforce level of the car and the center of pressure quite a bit, so that could change the balance.
From practice one, up till qualifying, you'll have to make certain balance shifts as the track's getting rubbered in. If you have a certain particular problem in practice one, and you don't make an adjustment for a track evolution, then that problem will generally be, potentially much worse the next day as the track's evolving.
Yeah, when you're approaching setup, you definitely want to count in track evolution. As rubber goes down, the car does handle different with just a higher grip level. So factoring that in over the course of a weekend is super important to get the maximum out of it.
When you start the weekend, you might have a balance problem that gets fixed with the, more rubber and more grip. You also might have a really good car and then a problem might arise as you get more grip. So understanding what that's going to do to your balance early in the weekend is really important.
Obviously it's not always easy to do and sometimes can actually catch you out because you try to anticipate it too much and it doesn't actually work out. For us with IndyCar out there, if we have a practice session, we know IndyCar is about to qualify and then we're out after IndyCar, we will typically assume that the track is going to get better and try to make changes for that, but that doesn't always happen.
For me, the track evolution over the course of a race is very much a feel thing and you kind of react to it that way. Some of it is instinct, some of it is experience. You feel it through your butt, really. Just how much grip there is.
You go around a corner one lap and you go, I could have gone a bit faster there. Then the next lap you try and push it a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, and then until you get to the limit or over the limit, and then you get back in that sweet spot, and that's how you do it. If you took a corner at 80 mile an hour one lap, you can't do it at 100 mile an hour the next lap. That's not going to work. You might be able to get away with 80.5 maybe, or a half mile an hour more, but no more than that.
As much as you hope that you've guessed correctly when the conditions change, sometimes you don't, and the car might not be perfect, and you still have to drive it, right? And you still have to drive it as fast as you can. So if you go into qualifying and it's not quite what you thought it was, which happens all the time, you still have to maximize that car with that balance.
Don't forget to subscribe and click the like button for more driver tutorials.
And let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next.